Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and this is the first video that I'm uploading to YouTube. I've had a YouTube channel for several years now, but I finally decided that I want to get in on this because I've been watching a ton of other people, and they look like they're having a ton of fun playing games and sharing it with people, particularly their friends and their viewers and their subscribers. So I want to get in on this. I want to start doing this. This sounds like a ton of fun because I play a bunch of these games anyway. Why not start to share them with everybody? So first, let me go ahead and apologize right quick for the quality of the video. It's the first time I've ever used a video editor or a recording software, so the quality is not great. I'm fixing it. It'll be better next time, I promise. So what I want the channel to be, it's going to be a gaming channel for sure. My top 3 games at the moment are definitely League of Legends first, Kerbal Space Program, and Civilization V. I plan to be playing all 3 of those and uploading those on a weekly basis. League of Legends is easily the game that I have the most hours on at the moment, and Civilization V and Kerbal Space Program are the 2 highest played games on my Steam account. So those sound like the right choices for me. Also because they're I'm very familiar with all 3 games and I really enjoy playing all of them. So that's gonna be what's gonna be coming up. So ultimately my mission is just to put videos out on YouTube to make people laugh and to talk about interesting stuff, and to just have a fun channel so that you guys get some enjoyment, and hopefully it grows bigger and bigger. But the vision, the overall vision, far beyond the mission, is to make it to 3 videos a week, that's the plan right now. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Should be having videos come up at 9 a.m. on those days. Ultimately, I'd like to be streaming on Saturdays. Ultimately, would like to have merchandise and giveaways and so on and so forth, the whole shebang. But some of those will come at certain benchmarks. So I mentioned the stream and the merchandise and the giveaways. I'd like to start streaming as soon as I hit maybe 500 subs on YouTube. That sounds about fair. Merchandise is probably not going to show up until I have somewhere around 10,000 to 15,000, maybe even 25,000, unless demand is high enough among those who are already watching. And giveaways, it depends. I mean, it comes down to how much money I end up making overall. If I start making a ton of money off of this, then I could start doing giveaways much sooner. That's all subject to what happens in the future, and I have no control over that now. So we will see how that plays out. As far as the upload schedule goes, I've essentially set it up so that I've kind of already put myself behind in just making this video, but the idea is, so looking at week 1, and I'm going to try and put a graphic of this up at the end of the video. So for week 1, basically I'm going to record Civilization V on Monday, League of Legends on Tuesday, and Kerbal Space Program on Wednesday. Record or do any extra recording and editing on Thursday, and just editing on Friday, so that those can go up with Civ 5 on Monday of the next week, League of Legends on Wednesday of the next week, and Kerbal Space Program on Friday of the next week. And that's all interchangeable. That can go any which way. It doesn't really matter. Saturday, I would use that as my day for streaming once I eventually get a streaming service set up. And Sunday is just my catch-up day. If I end up really behind on making videos, if all 3 videos are completely unfinished and they need more time and more work, that's what Sunday's for. So I should have more than enough time to get all those videos ready for you guys and get them all set up so that y'all can enjoy them as soon as they come up. Let's see. However, I do have a small disclaimer. I am a college student. I go to school. I'm a full-time college student. So at this point in time, I reserve the right to suspend operations, including but not limited to recording, editing, uploading, streaming, and updating social media, if doing any of the above inhibits my ability to complete schoolwork in a quality fashion before the date and time that it is due. So if I have a paper that I have to do by the end of the week, I'm sorry, but it's entirely possible that a video might not go out. A video or two might not go out that week so that I can finish that paper. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. School has to come first at the moment. So we will cross that bridge when we come to it. I hope that I don't have to do that too often. I tend to have a lot of free time for somebody my age, but there are still times when I'm very, very busy. So in the event that I have a ton of schoolwork to do and I just can't get all the way through it without cutting into recording or managing the channel, let's just call it managing the channel. If I can't get all the way through it without managing the channel, then, or without cutting into managing the channel, then that's the way that goes. And I will try and make up for it, but just understand that I will be busy. Other than that, let me just talk for a minute about the games that I will be playing. So first up, that you have already seen go by, is Kerbal Space Program. And this is all of this information is just going to be for anybody who's not familiar with these games or has never heard of these games before or anything like that and you're interested. So Kerbal Space Program is essentially a simulation engine which you can play in a career mode, but essentially what you're attempting to do is you're attempting to create your own space program, as the name would imply, and it's entirely based on physics and orbital physics and all kinds of geophysics, and you get to do all kinds of crazy science with the instruments that you're given, and so on and so forth. Basically, the premise of the game is that you start off with a set of stock parts, and you work your way up into creating a space program. With satellites, with rovers, with landers, with space stations, which you saw in the docking clip. Yeah, so I find that to be a lot of fun. I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 750 hours on this game. I enjoy it quite a bit, and I can play it for hours on end. Next, we have Civilization V, which is one of the coolest games that I have ever interacted with. The premise behind this game is, what if the world had been different? What if Babylon came to be as powerful as America is in the real world, and they built the Terracotta Army, or they built the Big Ben? It's almost as if everybody who was in the real world, every civilization, every major civilization, let's say, because there's only, I think, like 40 or so civs in the game. Every major civilization from the real world is still in the game, but anything can happen in any order, and it's so cool to watch kind of history rewrite itself within this game. It's an awesome game to play with my friends when I can actually get them to play, because it is kind of tough to hold down 4 or 5 or 6 people for a multiplayer game, but it's still a lot of fun, and my objective for that game is to get at least 2 people to play whenever I'm trying to record it. If I can't get that, I will do a single player game, but I highly doubt that will be as exciting or as funny, because my friends are very funny, and they will bring much entertainment to my videos, which hopefully I can provide myself as well, but hopefully they will bolster that. And lastly, League of Legends. League of Legends is probably the single most popular MOBA right now. You're on a team of 5 people against another team of 5 people if you're playing the standard mode, and each person has a different champion, and each champion has different abilities, and you have to make the best use of your abilities in order to take objectives, to kill the enemy champions, and to eventually take the Nexus and win the game. That's the basic premise of League, and you'll be seeing gameplay of it through all of my videos. Same with the other 2 games, and you'll start to understand very quickly how these games work if you don't already. I will attest that these are the games that have brought me the most enjoyment, and I hope that my commentary on them whilst playing them will bring enjoyment for you guys as well. Lastly, subscribers make the channel grow. I really appreciate it if you would subscribe and tell your friends about this channel. It's a new channel that's coming up, and they're playing a few really cool games. If you're interested, if you do, very cool. If not, it's not a big deal. Ultimately, I'm not going to be as serious about making this a full-time job as others, so having less subscribers is not necessarily going to bother me so much. It's just nice that I get to share my material with other people, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the clips that I put up there, and I will be seeing you guys on Monday with my first video as part of a series. I'm not sure if I'm going to just do a League commentary. I'm not sure if I'm going to start a new Kerbal Space Program series or a new Civ game, but you guys will find out on Monday, and I'll be sure to let you know. All the information for the websites for each of the games that I've just talked about is going to be in the description, as well as any other information that I left out in the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoy the channel.